Ever since they adopted Oliver, Ozzie and Fizz never felt so proud. Yes, there were moments that were tough, but nothing was tougher than dealing with the press, who asked non-stop about why they had gotten an heir to the throne like this. It left them with no choice but to do an interview to explain everything. But after learning who the journalist was, Fizz didn't want to hear of it.
Oh, no, not Katie Killjoy, anyone but her!
But Fizz!
I would rather wait for Martin Bashir to die and come down here to interview us than that bitch!
Honey, I know what happened last time was terrible, but I assure you that this time will be different. Trust me, we'll sit down, we'll ask a few questions, and everyone in all of hell will get to know our sweet, wonderful boy Oliver.
I sure hope so.
So, after they explained everything to the imp child, he was really looking forward to being on TV. And he even asked his fathers if he could make any suggestions on the questions he'd like to be asked. Fizz struggled with that answer, but Ozzie agreed that it would be fine. As the day was set, Oliver was in his room finishing up the last touches on his outfit. When he went downstairs, his parents were talking to a journalist. At first, he thought that she was going to be nice, but Oliver started to read her lips. Every word that came out of them broke his little heart more and more. The couple was dumbfounded by what they heard her say.
Miss Killjoy, could you please not talk to our son that way?
Oh, what? Like he can understand what I'm saying? Hey! Hey, kid! Do you understand what I'm saying? Huh? No? See? I told you. Dumb as shit.
As she walked away, the couple couldn't believe what they just saw, and seeing their son trying to hold back his tears hurt them even more. This was already crossing a line, but since everyone was already there, and since they couldn't cancel everything at last minute, they all just took a deep breath and tried to pull through it.
Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The cameras started to roll, and there they were for all of hell to see live. The royal couple introduced the little prince and explained how all this came to be.
Well, it all happened the day after Fizz quit working for Mammon, and we got this sweet tweet from Oliver, who was in the foster care system at the time.
But as they went on, Katie was having a hard time keeping herself awake, because heartfelt stories were definitely not her cup of tea. After they explained what happened, it was time for questions like,
But why adopt? Why not use a surrogate? Why adopt them with special needs? Aren't you scared about how the kingdom will turn out when Oliver rules it?
Fizz grew angry. Knowing that he himself was disabled, and for someone to say this about his son just put more salt in the wound, he started to leave claw marks in the chair he was sitting in. As Oz saw this, he knew that he had to step in.
Oh, well, you see, Miss Killjoy, starting a family has worked a lot better in today's time than how it was back then. I mean, if you want to know why there's not that many royal families in the living world like there were back then.
But before he could finish, Oliver tried to say something. He kept using the same signs over and over again. Fizz tried to stop him, but this got the reporter's attention.
Aw, what's His Little Majesty trying to say?
Oh, I don't think you want to know.
Oh no, please tell us. Is he trying to say I'm pretty nice?
The couple looked at each other, knowing what would happen if they told her the truth. With their son still signing and being on live TV, it seemed they didn't have a choice.
Oh, I think he's calling you a bitch.
With that one word, the room went dead quiet, and the whole TV crew made a run for it. Then, out of nowhere, the sounds of bones popping filled the air. When the three of them looked at the news reporter, she started to grow bigger right in front of them, and her growls started to get louder and louder. The jester made a grab for Oliver and was about to run until the monster almost hit them. Luckily, Fizz got out of the way just in time, but still he had to get to a place that was safe. But just as she was about to hit him again, a blue, flaming fist stopped her. It was the king in his overlord form. And now it was a battle.
How dare you let that little brat speak to me that way?
How dare you speak to our son that way?
Later that night, Fizz went to check on his son in his room. He saw Oliver laying in bed, looking sad again.
Hey, kiddo. How are you doing?
The little imp didn't say anything. He just kept lying there. The jester knew that something like this would happen, but he didn't know it would get this bad.
Oliver, do you want to talk about what happened today?
Still no reply. So Fizz thought it would be best not to push him. But right as he walked out, he suddenly heard knocking on the wall. It was his son trying to get his attention. Once again, Oliver was moving his hands so quickly that his father couldn't keep up.
Whoa! Slow down.
Dad, it's not fair what that lady said. I didn't ask to be born this way.
Ollie, look. She is just a jerk that's full of herself. You did great, and one day, when you become king...
What if I don't want to be king? It's not fair.
Fizz was heartbroken hearing that. This was just the kind of thing he was worried about if they did the interview. He was unsure of what to say next. Until he got an idea.
Son, did I ever tell you about the time I lost my limbs?
No.
Well, it's not an easy story to tell if you ask me. It started when I grew up in the circus with your Uncle Blitzo. And Barbie Wire. I was the star of the show. Everyone loved my performances. Until one day, on my 15th birthday, there was a fire and I got injured pretty badly. I almost died, but luckily I didn't. But when they told me that I lost my arms and legs, I didn't know how I would go on with my life. That was until I met your Papa Ozzie. He really helped me get through it.
After he explained that story, the little prince was happy not to feel so alone. I mean, if his dad could handle and get through something like that, then why couldn't he do it too?